everyone. I'm Karen Pagotra, and I'm the founder of ProtectBox, which is trying to be a Malaysia. I'm not going to get the Shisaurus mic, unfortunately. And we're trying to give access to affordable, all-in-one, compliant cybersecurity for small and medium businesses. So it's hard to mix almost every day on both sides of the pond, mine over in the UK and yours over here, the lovelier side of the pond here in the US, about $1 million or $1 billion cyber attack, and literally every single day. It's mind-blowing. I've seen firsthand as an investor and in government, and again in the US and here in the UK and here in the US, how small businesses are hardest hit, with half of those that have been attacked, cyber attacked, and who've not been compliant, closed after 6 months. I've also felt small businesses pain at having had too much to choose from. They're well aware of what they need to do, they've got way too much to choose from, not enough time, and not enough resources to work out what exactly worked best for them. So, I'm going backwards now. So, I set up a company, or we set up a company, the first ones to make finding that all-in-one compliant cyber tools solution affordable and easy for small businesses. I don't like doing small things, again, in Malaysia. So the status quo for the sales model at the moment, shown by the orange circles in the top line, is to go through the compliance channel, so to be referred to trusted providers through the compliance route. That helps build the trust with SMBs. And then reselling those SMBs cyber tools which they know are proven to work, which gives those SMBs, it gives them access to the capabilities that they need. We're then improving on that by adding matching, bundling, all-inclusive prices, incentives, no jargon marketing, and machine learning, shown by the green circles, the bottom line, which gives the SMBs added values of value for money, reputational risk management, an efficient purchase process, and learning quickly what works both best for them and for us. We're also improving on the status quo by increasing the number of sales leads that are referred to us through cyber accreditors, government compliance bodies, and proven cyber sales channels by connecting them all. They all exist, they kind of talk, but they don't really talk very well. They don't share best practices or sales leads. That's what we're planning to do. I've just shown a few of the sales channels that that we've already secured, and we're securing them across all 4 continents, because again, we don't like to go small. Reselling too is also being improved by giving SMBs access to tools that are currently not sold to them. So we're buying them in bulk, at discount, and then we're reselling chunks of those to SMBs to make them accessible to them. So on to the extras. Matching and bundling. Why is that important? It's important because it's customer responsive. What do I mean by customer responsive? We've built our products, we've developed our products by talking and taking the advice of all of the key partners, something that's not been done before. That's why the sales model is different and why it works. We're talking not only to the SMBs, but to the compliance bodies and also the tool vendors. And we're building a solution that works for all 3 of those. We're also offering 3 levels of cover, and each one has just the one all-inclusive price, simple aggregated contracts, and auto-provisioning, so that we can keep the price low and we can make it easy for decision makers. And a lot of this is about just making the whole process simpler and easier. We've also developed products with those who support us in disrupting this sales model. That's a key one of our differentiators. We know what we're doing is not small, but we're looking for those to work with us. And that's again, the SMBs, the compliance bodies, and the vendors. And if you think that that number is small, it's not. It's 2/3 of the 150 million SMBs that are shown up on this slide. And in terms of who that includes, that's people that have been breached before, or SMBs who are in the government or enterprise supply chains, huge captive market, and they've been screaming out, and they used to shout at me when I was in government, and why I'm here pitching this and trying to help them. And the other key factor is that the barriers to entry in this market are high. I mentioned earlier we're one of the first ones out there. Why are the barriers to entry high? This new model is only going to work if we actually collaborate with our competitors. Who are those competitors? Government. Government don't build tools and they don't give advice. The other competitors are the cyber tools sellers. They don't sell in groups and they don't give impartial advice. So what ProtectBox is doing is working with them to not only give impartial advice, but to give impartial advice on groups of tools and add in extras. And also, because we like to do this, we're also mediating and translating between those two parties, which is not an easy feat when it's government and industry. And we've had excellent traction in the first few months that we've been working on this. And apologies if this doesn't translate so well, but I have to do a huge shout out to Hub101. I'm English, shout out hasn't quite worked well so well for me. It's been an emotional journey and it's been a fantastic one because we've been taking the first, those first couple of steps that Dan mentioned, breaking through the egg. I'm a serial entrepreneur, it's not been easy, and I'm eternally grateful to Hub101, and I'm going to wear that hoodie with pride over here back in the UK, and I'm going to recommend it to anybody that wants to come across the pond to get support over here. But the support that they've helped us get to is that a lot of the partners, the resellers, have not only endorsed us, but they're also willing to work with us. I've got a number of sales channels in place. The next step is formal agreements. I'm looking forward to December and actually getting those agreements in place. I'm also scoping out with small business trade associations interviews with their members to actually finish off the UI and UX that I've already started. And again, it's not just one continent, we're looking at 3 continents, if not 4 continents. And we're also confident of seed funds, both from the UK government, as well as a couple of UK VCs, and hot off the press today, accelerators in either Amsterdam or Birmingham in Alabama. I've been practicing the accent, and apologies if I haven't quite got it right, but I'm getting there. And I've also got growth funds lined up from the Middle East. So thank you very much, Hub101, who helped me get there. If you want to clap, go for your love. but, and we never say no to funds, we're always open to funds. $100,000 will get us to an MVP and a soft launch by mid-2017, and then a further $250,000 will help us grow in 2018. And this is based upon profits of $500,000 in 2018, our first operating year, and then $5 million in 2019, our second operating year. But, more importantly, it's not just about the money. We want game changers or Banatias like us to invest in us and partner with us. We don't underestimate the Everest that we're on, but the wonderful team that I've managed to collect again over the last few months and the wonderful array of partners, we've between us, again without sounding crass, conquered these types of peaks 10 times over. We're not scared of the journey that we've put ourselves on. We think it's achievable, and it's only achievable by bringing this entire group together. So if that excites you, if that challenges you, if you want to put some money into that, if you want to help us, please do get in touch. And here are my contact details.
I've noticed with everyone giving presentations, I'm not seeing a lot of user interfaces, and it's probably not in the purview of the months that you've been working on this. But being someone that creates products, I think I really want to see that. But that's beside the fact. The idea here is this is.
So that's the closest thing to what you're saying.
All right, let's start.
I have a more detailed version of this.
Awesome.
But it didn't pass the Hub101 criterion of 3 points on a slide. So, which is a fantastic criterion, by the way.
The model is B2B high-touch sales, or so is it like you're going to be establishing the relationships over a long period of time with these SMBs?
It's a very short period of time. So the relationships, the point about the compliance, so it's linked into the 2. This point about the what and the why, again, for the 5 minutes I couldn't go into it. The what is standards and regulations that have been set. So in the US, it's the NIST framework. In the UK, it's Cyber Essentials. Small businesses are very much brought into that around the world. Those define the penalties. There was a news report today about somebody, an employee having lost a laptop and being fined $15,000. That's what these frameworks define. The why is the training, mentorship, accreditation that it teaches SMBs what they need to have in place. The bit that's missing, so they all buy into the top two. They're all signed up to the framework, they've all agreed that they're accredited, this is what we need to do. The hard bit is finding something that fits their budget and does everything that they know they need to do. And so they're already there, they're just waiting for this. And
Perfect.
that's what they've been.
So as a segue right off of that, can you explain like from a high level, like what the specifics of the product is? I'm a user, I understand that I have what I need, some
sure.
security tool, something. What do I do when I get to your website?
So when you get to here, so what you'd have is it'd be a series of questions, almost like a question form. First would be, what market are you in? What size are you? Then would be, what do you know about cyber? Are you accredited or aren't you accredited? If you're not accredited, what have you done before? So there'll be some questions going off it. Next would be, what have you got in place at the moment? And what do you think you are missing? And what do you think needs upgraded? And then the very last question, the key question, is what's your budget? And that budget isn't just cash, but it's for cash and vouchers.